What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of INeeeeditSportsPodcast with your host, myself, Bryce, my guy, Cam. Y'all already know what the deal is. It's your kids from the neighborhood bringing y'all the latest sports content, all the biggest headlines and news from the upcoming week of sports. Today is Wednesday. Gonna get this episode out tomorrow, Thursday morning. Start of preseason, week 3, the final preseason week. Thank God.
Man,
We
right?
are 1 week away from real NFL football. And also tomorrow, man, college football is officially back. Excited to see that. Got a couple lines we're still trying to wait and see on that haven't came out yet, but we're gonna do a little preview of college football as well this week. Last episode, we gave y'all 3 picks. Believe just for now, I think I got one more pick I want to add, but I'll touch on that later. I think my guy Cam said he's just sticking with his Houston the Mel pick for right now. You know, he gonna wait out and get a feel for each team week 1 to see where he moves forward. But anything you want to say, Cam, before we get started?
Nah, man. Like I've been saying past couple episodes, man. Just glad football's back. Can't wait to get started. College football should be very good this year. And let's get into it, man.
Let's get into it, man. So tomorrow, Thursday, for the NFL preseason week 3. First game at 7 on NFL Network. Got the Packers versus my Chiefs, man. Got the Packers are listed as a -1 point favorite. Now, I would assume the way it usually goes with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes is that final preseason game, Mahomes usually plays the entire first half with the first team starters. Like touched on a previous podcast, so far they've had 3 drives, all 12 plays, all 80+ yards, all resulting in touchdowns. So if this game follows the same trend and we have 2 long drives that end in touchdowns, wherever that stops at on the clock, that might be it for Mahomes and company. I don't know. We'll wait to see. There was reports that said Matt LaFleur was thinking about playing Aaron Rodgers, who notoriously never plays in the preseason. He said this week he was thinking about it, but he's not going to do it, so it's going to stay the same. So I would assume Jordan Love might actually play the whole game just to, let him have that whole game of rep. So I'm not going to pick it, but if I was leaning anywhere, I would say take Green Bay -1 or ML if you feeling that. Because if Jordan Love is playing the whole game or majority of it, he'll probably be able to best our backups at this point. And the Chiefs are actually a team he's pretty familiar with at this point. I believe he's played us twice now in his career. And so we got him last year because Aaron Rodgers was out with COVID, so we beat him. So he'll probably be looking to get his lick back on us, even though it's a preseason game. He's familiar with Spags' defense now. Some looks will throw at him. So if you had to make a pick on that game, I'd take Green Bay -1. What you think?
I'll probably with you. Go Green Bay. -1. Obviously we seen last week. What Pat played. Well, it wasn't the first half. It was like the first quarter, huh?
First 2 drives, and that second
Drive.
drive kind of bled into the beginning of the second quarter. We scored a touchdown, and then out the game.
Yeah.
Seen enough.
I don't know if if he do play like the first half, I don't know if that'd be enough for them to have like, a big lead like that. I don't know. I'll probably, like you said, I'll probably piggyback off of you and probably go Green Bay also.
Okay. And another game on Thursday night, starts 15 minutes after that one on Prime Video. Amazon, that's gonna be interesting to see because I believe it's Kirk Herbstreit that got the leading role as the analyst and commentator for Prime Video, who's now becoming the sole producer of Thursday night games for the NFL season. The premiere is week 2, got Chiefs versus the Chargers primetime game, which I know this is off topic. We'll get back to the preseason schedule, but I don't know if you saw JC Jackson had ankle surgery.
Yeah, I seen it. I
Yeah.
seen that. That shit
So he's
surprised
out
me.
2 to 4 weeks. I mean, I'm never rooting for anybody to get injured because that's just a fucked up thing to do. But that's a big loss. And I mean, I'm kind of glad we get to play them early, and their defense probably still gonna be trying to figure some things out, and they don't have their top corner there. That could definitely help us in that week 2 game at home. Hate to see him go down. That was one of my top 5 corners. I believe I had him 5. But yeah, man, that sucks. I don't know exactly what it was, but I'm guessing it was just a minor procedure that's got him out for probably 2 to 4 weeks. They said so, probably a month. Probably want to be on the safe side and not rush him back, so they do have him for the rest of the season. But
Mhm.
big loss nonetheless, man. So if you want to put early lines on the Chiefs for that one, I mean, probably not take that now because the line will probably only go up with that news. But back to the preseason schedule. Said Thursday night tomorrow, 7:15. Texas versus the 49ers, man. What you thinking that game's gonna go like?
I don't feel very, good about that, but um hopefully we see Davis Mills again, see what he got again. I doubt if Pierce play. I don't know if Steen gonna play too. I would think he would, maybe like, a couple of possessions. But we had two kind of like at the end win games. I don't see this going to the end. I feel like the 49ers backups are just way much better than ours. And I think they're gonna beat the hell out of us. So
Okay.
we'll see though.
So they're 3.5 favorites, but you said beat the hell out of them. So I mean, people, if you lean in one way or the other, might want to take that 3.5 according to the Texans expert here. It's actually funny as hell. We both got our teams losing this week.
Yeah.
Thought that's something we'll never see again, probably in the same week.
Never, man.
I wonder if they're gonna play Trey Lance. He sat out last game after playing the first game. I know they were saying Shanahan was saying that first week he liked what he was seeing out of him in the joint practices, and then they liked what they seen out of him that first game. So that's why they rested him in the second. I would expect they probably want to get him cleaned up just one more time. At least give him 1 to 2 drives, if not the whole first half, since it's the last preseason game. But that'll be something to look for. I haven't seen any reports. I need to go do some more research, but I would think he probably gets at least 1 drive in that game. But moving on, uh, ne- next set of games are on Friday, and this is a game I actually have a pick for. Got the Bills and the Panthers. They got Carolina listed at -6.5. I'm taking Bills plus 6.5. They're 2-0 in the preseason. I don't know if Josh Allen will play again, but I think he would because it's final preseason game. But even if Josh Allen doesn't play, just watching the Bills last week dominate the Broncos, no matter what first, second, third team was in the game, and they have Case Keenum as a backup quarterback who's a proven winner as a starting quarterback in this league, I would definitely take him versus the Carolina Panthers, even if it's a preseason game. And even if the Bills lose, I don't think it would be more than a touchdown. So I'll definitely take them plus 6.5. Y'all can lock that in. That's my first NFL preseason week 3 lock, man. I heard it here first. Trying to give y'all this free money, free game, man. So open your ears, take it. If you want to fade my pick, fade my pick.
Hate it.
But when it hit, don't say nothing, man, because
Yeah.
just bring me my money time. Y'all know what it is, man. But yeah, I got Bills plus 6.5 on that one. How you feeling about that game?
I feel very, very, very good on that game. Last game with the Panthers, PJ Walker and I think was Sam Darnold, they played. No, it might have been no Matt Corral got hurt last game, huh?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
they actually just put him on the IR for the like what if for y'all that don't know, if a player gets put on the IR before a regular season game starts, they're out for the year. They can't return to the team even if they were to get healthy. But he went out with a foot fracture last week. They put him on IR, I think either yesterday or 2 days ago. So he's officially out for the whole season. So yeah, he's done. And that probably solidifies PJ Walker getting that third string position and making the roster. So
yeah. I mean, both of them quarterbacks, they did not look good last week. So I'm gonna pick back off you again. Like you said, Case Keenum, he was a starter in his league. He was a starter with us. He won with us. He looked very well last week too. So I feel like he should just. I don't know why they negative six and a half. I don't know why it's like that. So
I don't
but
know what Vegas trying to say. Now watch Carolina just randomly blow them out or
I'm
something.
out.
It's
Yeah,
like I guess we was on the wrong side of things, but nah. I think the plus 6.5 can hit. Y'all can even take it up to 7 if you want, minus 120. But I'm gonna rock with the plus 6.5. Like I said, man, pretty confident in that one. Next up, got the Seahawks and the Cowboys. Now, it would be crazy if Turpin turned up again
man.
like he did last game. I mean, I don't think that would be the case. And after last game, I doubt Seattle really kicks him the ball. They're probably gonna be, punting out of bounds, kick it, try to kick the ball out the end zone or kick it with some hang time so we could get down there. But I don't think he'll have that type of impact. Still haven't seen Dak all preseason, even though keep hearing reports and seeing, rumblings that Dak said this and this in the interview. He's very optimistic about, this Cowboy season. He feels like he's back better than ever. He had a full year of off-season work last year. Of course, he was rehabbing from that broken ankle. So, I mean, he could be right. We'll see. But I don't know if we'll see him, CD, or any of them boys. But I feel like they could have used some reps, if nothing else, because literally they're going into the season with CD, Schultz. I don't think they have any other receivers that have like game time experience with that as quarterback. So kind of odd to me there why they haven't got not one drive this preseason, but they have the Seahawks as negative 6.5 favorites. I'm just gonna stay away from this game because
Yeah.
I really don't know about that one because the Seahawks backups are terrible, as we've seen. I believe Drew Lock is back this game, but him and Geno Smith are literally like 1A, 1B for most trash QBs in the league right now. So I'm just stay away from that one. I really don't know who to pick, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys covered that because I don't think Seattle is that great.
They're great, yeah.
Yeah, with any first, second, third street team on the field. And like I said, Turpin, the X Factor, they do punt it to him. He liable to take it to the crib again. So stay away from that one, y'all.
Yeah, I'll stay away.
Next one, we got the Chargers and the Saints. Man, both these teams are, I mean, the Chargers are obviously projected to do way better in the actual season. A lot of analysts have them winning the AFC West and going to the Super Bowl. Of course, their starters haven't played. The Saints, Jameis Winston, I believe he just started practicing again because he sprained his foot early in training camp, so that's why he's been out. But both of these teams are 0-2 heading into this game in the preseason. Haven't looked too good. Saints at home, 3-point favorites. I don't know. Maybe since Jameis healthy, they'll get him a drive in there. But another game, just staying away from it. Just waiting for this regular season to, come with the full slate of
Okay.
picks for real, for real. What do you think about this one? Because last week the Chargers obviously let Turpin go wild. The Saints don't let y'all beat up on them. Green Bay beat up on them. You think they let the Chargers beat up on them too?
I think so, but I'm not gonna pick it because both teams and these backups are trash. But I think so because, like I said last episode, when you got Ian Book as your quarterback, it's so much you can do. I mean, that guy is horrible. I mean, he is man. But yeah, it's so much you can do with that guy. So hey, but hey, it's in the Superdome, so maybe no fans will be there.
Yeah. Hopefully get some more solid looks at Chris Olave, get him some more reps. I'm excited to
Hopefully.
see him with the first team offense, hopefully week 1 with Jarvis. And if Michael Thomas is healthy, I would suspect he's healthy. I know he had a minor hamstring injury that
Hamstring
kept him out of
injury.
practice, but I'm thinking he's gonna be ready to go week 1. Never know with him. But I want to see Olave in that first team offense with those guys on the field and see what kind of looks he can draw up from Jameis and Kamara back in the backfield. So definitely waiting to see the Saints in the regular season. Like I'm excited. Got my boy Tyron. He hasn't played preseason. Want to see him in the New Orleans uniform. Still sticking with the pick, man, that they win this NFC South, even though Tom Brady back and drawing headlines. But yeah, says staying away from that one. Next game is the Patriots and the Raiders. This is actually funny. Got Josh McDaniels versus old team Bill Belichick and the Patriots, and not really focused on the game, but I was watching clips from Colin Cowherd this morning, and he was basically saying like when you go back and look at it, Bill Belichick has been a coach in this league for a long time. And obviously, you can't knock him. He's won 6 Super Bowls. That was with the greatest quarterback of all time. If you go look at any other quarterback he's coached, they've all been trash. He's just not a very good offense. I mean, his specialty is obviously defense, but he doesn't bond well with his quarterbacks. They've all flamed out. He was, Colin Cowherd always got to come with some of the weirdest points. One of his points and arguments against Bill Belichick being a bad coach was throughout the 20 years Tom Brady was with him, he never went out to dinner with Tom Brady. Tom Brady just made the situation work. He took lesser contracts. He got along with everybody, rookies, best, and just put himself to the side for the betterment of the team. But it was reports, I guess, either today or yesterday. Basically, New England had their worst offensive practice since all of training camp and started. So definitely some worries coming out of New England with the offensive side of the ball. They still don't know who's running the offense out there. And then another point he made was when he was with, I believe, the Giants and Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells basically did not let him touch the offense whatsoever as an assistant coach. So I think I hinted to it in either like the first or second episode of the podcast, but if the Patriots go south this year, do him and Robert Kraft mutually agree to part ways? Because I mean, Tom Brady's not coming back anytime soon. Mac Jones is not Tom Brady by any stretch of the imagination. And if people think that, I want y'all to go get checked on and go to the doctor because you fucking crazy. That is not the case. But yeah, man, it's not looking too good in New England.
It's not.
I got them finishing third this year, man. So,
man, I don't know about the parting way. I mean, I can see it, but I feel like if they part ways, he has to retire. I don't think he just gonna
go to
somebody else. I don't see that happening. So yeah, like I said, I can see retirement very, very, very soon.
Okay. I mean, he is old. He has been coaching literally I saw something last week. He's coached in the league for 43 years, and I think
That's
Brian Daboll is 42 years old. So he's literally coached longer than Daboll has been alive. But like I said, they got the Raiders this week. Haven't seen anything from their first team at all for real, but I wouldn't be too worried about them. I think they'll be ready to go. And I was actually watching. I watch a lot of podcasts just to hear certain takes and everything when I'm at work in the mornings. And I was watching the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark and Fred Taylor and all them. And I was watching. They just came out with a Devontae interview. And man, I've never even heard Devontae Adams talk that much for one. But if you haven't listened to that, definitely go check that one out. It was a pretty good interview. Devontae Adams gonna be ready to ball out this year. I don't know, like obviously, Derek Carr is not Aaron Rodgers, but I know you would argue for him top 10 QB. I got him like top 12 for me. So Devontae probably still gonna put up numbers. Still got Hunter Renfrow. Darren Waller's a beast. So definitely gonna be, interesting to see if your AFC West prediction comes out. I don't think they got the offensive line or the secondary on the defense side of the ball to carry that out, man. But we'll see. Go ahead and talk about your Raiders, man.
Man, I don't know, man. They just I did see that interview. I did see like bits and pieces of it. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the Raiders, they might have it this year. They might have that it factor. Like I said, I love me some Derek Carr. I think he arguably a top 10 QB, and now he has pieces around him other than Darren Waller. Um, should be very interesting this year for them. I know sitting report they released forgot that running back name. It's like Drake something. Forgot his name
Kenyon
though.
Drake.
Yeah, Kenyon Drake. They released him, so he's going. So I guess that solidifies Zamir White as RB2 over there behind Josh Jacobs. So yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting. So
Yeah, and it's kind of older news now, but last week they released our former wide receiver Demarcus Robinson,
oh
who
yeah.
has now been picked up by the Baltimore Ravens. I I'm not too big on Demarcus Robinson. Um, he holds the ball like a loaf of bread and runs backwards 9 times out of 10 when he catches the ball. But hopefully he's able to help Lamar and company over there. But I don't really know who's gonna be their backup. But like I said, you got Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller. That's 3 solid targets right there. So as long as they stay healthy, should be a pretty decent season stat wise for Derek Carr, I would think. For this game specifically, it's even. Pick 'em. If I had to lean somewhere, I'm gonna just go with the Raiders. They're 3-0 in the preseason. Probably go 4-0. Might as well aim for it. I think they can do it. They've been playing pretty well, backups wise. So if I had to make a pick, I would go with them. Like I said, New England got a lot of problems to figure out. I'm gonna assume Mac Jones. They probably want him to play all the first half, especially if they're not, connecting in practice with that first team and they're not getting stuff down. Definitely need to try to iron out as many kinks as possible before week 1, because I believe they got the Dolphins week 1 in Miami, and for whatever reason, even when they had Tom Brady, the Dolphins in Miami always give New England problems.
Problems. Yeah.
So them boys might go crazy on them week 1. But that ends the slate of Friday games. Saturday, open it up with the Jaguars and the Falcons. Man, oof. I know you seen that. You sent me that clip earlier today. That clip of Kyle Pitts, man. It's gonna
He's
be
gonna be a
one of them
problem.
years, man.
Yeah,
He is going to be a problem, man.
a problem.
And Marcus Mariota is looking good.
Yeah, he didn't look bad, bro. He didn't look bad.
I thought maybe when Gruden had him and Derek Carr wasn't necessarily winning games, I thought they might have just made the switch just to see, since Mariota's been a starter in this league before back with Tennessee. But yeah, man, they looking like not playoff contenders, but they're looking like they could be a decent team, and they gonna give you a good fight. I don't know if they'll be able to pull it out in some close games week in, week out, but man, Marcus Mariota doing his thing, Kyle Pitts. Hopefully they get Drake London back healthy. Watch out in Atlanta, man. They got some young talent, man. Kyle Pitts, tight end, but he's a wide receiver.
Wide receiver, basically.
Run like a wide receiver, catch like a wide receiver. He just happens to be 6'4".
Yeah.
Man. And the Jaguars, just like I said, they had a good week last week. Want to keep seeing progression from Trevor Lawrence and company. Christian Kirk, wide receiver 1.
For whatever reason.
I can't wait to watch them in the regular season as well to see if they've really made some improvements, because that's when we'll finally get to answer that question. But they got Atlanta 4-point favorites. I would take that or the ML, just because Jacksonville is 0-3 in the preseason. They're just a bad team. Like, I get people trying to say they'll be good in the regular season, but it's just a bad football team over there in Jacksonville. Even with the additions they made this offseason, I don't see too much from them. But I'm not picking that game. But if I had to, I would lean Atlanta's way, like I was saying. Next game, got a repeat of the Super Bowl. Obviously, none of those players who played in the Super Bowl will probably be playing.
Yeah.
But Cincy versus LA in Cincy. I know that's got to be a bitter taste in Cincy's mouth, even though most of the players not going to be out there on Saturday. But I would think they probably want to kind of get their lick back for that one, even though it won't matter. You can't take away, the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
They won. LA
Yeah, they
won.
got you. Yeah.
They got you. But they got Cincy as 2.5 favorites. They're 0-2 as well in the preseason. Obviously, like I said, none of their starters have played at all. I don't know if they'll get any burn this week. Joe's definitely not playing. I don't know about Jamar and T. Higgins.
Probably not.
Probably not. So plus 2.5 Rams. I would take that
I'll
probably.
take that. Yeah, for sure.
Cincy fans probably don't want to hear that.
Oh
they
no, they yeah
they gonna
they,
hate LA for the rest of their lives because they were honestly somehow, someway, they was really one play away from winning it because that game-saving sack Aaron Donald made, Jamar Chase was wide open
wide
because Jalen
open.
Ramsey fell down, man. Woo! I'm so glad that Aaron Donald did his thing because if we would have had to listen to an offseason of Joe Burrow talk, they would have been saying Joe Burrow is literally the greatest quarterback ever next to Tom Brady if he would have won that. And I'm not gonna hear. I do not want to hear about that. And honestly, that'll probably be a topic of discussion for another podcast, and it might be controversial, but fuck it, this is our podcast, man. I don't
Yeah,
care. But just the way analysts and media just try to, no matter how much these black quarterbacks accomplish,
you're always trying to rip
the
them.
white quarterbacks do the bare
Down.
minimum and automatically they try to jump them over them every time, man.
Such BS,
Such
man.
BS. And they're trying to do it with Joe. Now don't get me, Joe is a good quarterback. But trying to automatically just vault him above Mahomes and everybody in company, I get it. They beat us twice last year, but Mahomes played 9 quarters of great football, and the Chiefs just lost the game both times doing stupid shit and not running the football both times. And then Mahomes had a bad fourth quarter for the first time ever in his playoff career. But for 9 quarters, he outplayed Joe Burrow. I'm not trying to hear anything else on that. But yeah, like I said, we'll touch on that for another podcast for another day. Next, we got the Browns and the Bears.
Damn, Bears 2-0.
Do you hear that?
Nah, what was that?
The Amazon Echo just picked up me saying podcast as if I want to look for other podcasts. Yeah, pull up I Needed Sports. Oh man. But talking about the Browns and the Bears, man. There was a report that came out today. They asked Jacoby Brissett if he's
Oh, I seen
if he
that.
wants to, or if he's trying to be Deshaun Watson, or can he be Deshaun Watson? And obviously they were talking about and strictly related to football. But of course, social media is always gonna pounce on Deshaun from now on.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
the comments in that had me crying at work. They were like, "Well, his response is probably, yeah, I'm not gonna touch masseuse. I'm just gonna be a good human being, not sexually assault people." But obviously he said no, but obviously he was meaning he's not gonna go out there and try to be Deshaun, scramble, make plays, because that's not who he is. They're gonna run the football with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, try to open up the play action game for him, get as many easy looks for him as possible. Week 1 versus Carolina, they might be able to pull it out, but I just know Baker is gonna ball on them boys just because the way they did him. They did him dirty over in Cleveland. I don't know why. Like, you can say what you want about Baker, but literally for the last 20, 25 years, Cleveland has gone through like 40 different quarterbacks.
Yeah, they have.
None of them were able to do anything worthwhile. Couldn't make the playoffs for a number of those years. Baker comes in, literally gets y'all to the playoffs. Last year, he shouldn't have been playing because he tore his labrum. But y'all ready to throw him out the door just that quick, and especially for Deshaun Watson and coming off of his whole situation, and to give him $230 million guaranteed. Just from a karma standpoint, Cleveland got nothing good coming to them this year, man.
Oh yeah, man, not at all. And I can't wait. Browns are gonna Browns, man.
Browns are gonna Browns. Week 13. We gonna figure something out. We gotta go to that game.
That's too,
Just
bro.
to be in that atmosphere. They might have to tell people stop throwing shit on the field, because Texas fans probably gonna be trying to pelt Deshaun with whatever they got. Beer cans, popcorn, like That's gonna be a hectic scene for him, man. They got Cleveland as -4.5 favorites. Cleveland looked pretty decent last week versus Philly, even though Philly won by 1 point. I would think the Bears play Justin Fields for a decent amount of time. He's been
Oh,
looking
for
pretty
sure.
good.
Yeah.
I hope they do as well, and hopefully he's able to stay healthy throughout that time and be ready for the regular season. But they got Cleveland at -4.5. Chicago's actually 2-0 in the preseason, so
Yeah. Surprise.
I had to go somewhere. I'm just strictly going off the trends and how things have been looking this preseason because that's all you really can do. Take Chicago +4.5, man. I think
I think I'm with you on that one. I think I'm with you on that one. Like you say, 2-0. I didn't even know they was 2-0. But
they
yeah,
beat us,
I'm with you.
whoop Seattle last week. So
Show did. Okay.
yeah, +4.5. Take Seattle, man. Next up, got the Cardinals and the Titans. Um, I don't really know. They got Tennessee as -3 favorites. I don't know. Arizona. I mean, depends on who's calling the plays in Arizona. They gonna let Kyler call the plays for the whole game. Arizona might win.
Might
They let
win, in fact.
they let Cliff call him. Arizona's losing because he can't coach.
Hey, coach, man.
He can't. Malik Willis time in Tennessee. I hope they give him at least 3 quarters. I just want to see a lot of Malik Willis football. Get him some reps, man.
Me
Because
too.
obviously they're gonna go with Tannehill to start the season, and they'll probably stick with Tannehill throughout the season. Especially if it goes south. I don't want them to throw Malik Willis into a dumpster fire. Let him learn. Let him study the game. And next year, I think it's Malik Willis time, no doubt, because Tennessee's not about to go to the Super Bowl or make any noise. I think, and once that happens, they're definitely moving on from Tannehill and probably cut him or see if they could trade him for any type of value at that point. Depending on how this year's go, I don't know who would really want Ryan Tannehill or where he could potentially go. Thinking about any teams, man,
No clue.
no clue. I don't think anybody. He don't really fit any rosters off the top of my head where it's like Ryan Tannehill makes you a better team or makes you a contender. So yeah, Tennessee -3. I'd probably rock with that one if I had to pick something, but don't really know. What do you want to see from Malik Willis this week?
I just want to see, like you said, I want to see at least like damn near 3 quarters of him, man. Because he is so fun to watch. Like he be making some crazy passes. Like I remember my friend, he showed me this one video of him. Same thing with Pat did. He ran to his left and then slung it across his body like that. It was beautiful. But yeah, I just want to see more of him, man.
Yeah, I just want to see more of him too. And the more reps he gets, the more comfortable he can get in the NFL. Coming from Liberty, I mean, not a knock on Liberty, but obviously that's not a lot of NFL ready competition. But he's a talent beyond all that, of course. More reps, the better. He can only go up from here. And I think
Yeah.
he's going to because he's just that talented of a guy. And I think he should be able to do some damage on Arizona's second string and first string. But it'll definitely be a good experience for him, especially since he's probably about to sit out for the next 17, 18 weeks of football. But next, got the Eagles and the Dolphins, man. Dolphins are -3.5. Um, I don't know. It depends because if they play Jalen a lot and then they come back with Minshew, I would take Eagles +3.5. But if it's just strictly Gardner Minshew, I would suspect Tua's playing a good portion of this game. Like we said last podcast, we're hoping they give Skylar Thompson second team
Thompson,
rep.
yeah.
He's been balling out.
He been balling, bro.
And if Jalen doesn't play whatsoever and you got Skylar Thompson coming in, I take Miami. So I'm gonna stay away from that one because I don't know how that's gonna work itself out. But I know Skylar Thompson's gonna look good. I know that much. He's a baller. He was a baller at K State. Remember watching him when they played OU throughout the years. And like I said, man, hopefully, as a Miami fan, I would want to see Tua lead a touchdown drive. At least see that before you pull him this week. Because last week he made a couple good passes, but like I said, he didn't drive them down the field. I don't even think he got them past midfield. So Most accurate QB. Let's see a little bit more this week. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Next, Commanders and Ravens. Y'all already know what the fuck the deal
Yeah,
is.
you already know, man. Come on.
Baltimore is -6.5 favorites.
Lock it in.
We don't even have to talk about this game.
Lock it in.
Take the Ravens -6.5. Take it down to 6 if you feel like it. If you got another pick, it don't even gotta be preseason. If you got a college lock you feel like you got, or you got a MLB lock for that day, just take Ravens ML and pair that with whatever pick you got. Parlay that. Lock it in, man. 23 wins in a row. Enough said. Don't even have to continue with this discussion. We moving on to
Yeah.
the next game.
Lock
Lock
it
lock in the Ravens, man.
in.
Next, we got the Buccaneers and Colts. Tom Brady is back.
He's back.
I
I'm
mean,
back.
obviously, he doesn't need it. I mean, he doesn't technically need any reps. He's gonna be ready to go. It's
Yeah,
Tom Brady.
you know he gonna do.
He's 45 fucking years old. Most experience in the game. He knows every possible defense you could throw at him. I think they might throw him out there for a series just to get some reps with some of those guys. Because I mean, really, the only receiver he's got returning from last year is Mike Evans. But probably get some reps in with Julio, Russell Gage and company. I don't know if they're playing, but I would think he gets one series or two just to get him freshened up since he was out for these last 2 weeks with personal matters. The Colts, on the other hand, they're also 0-2. The Buccaneers are 0-2 if I didn't mention it, but Colts are 0-2 as well. They got them as 5.5 favorites. Um, that probably they probably win. I don't know if they cover. Buccaneers backups aren't too good. They've looked pretty bad all preseason. That's why I think they'll throw Brady in there to get a better look at some people. And the Colts, they haven't looked too good, but they're not really playing anybody. Once the season comes, they'll be ready to go. I think Matt Ryan will be able to lead them boys to AFC South title. Nothing. You want to add anything with that game or?
No, not really. I mean, it's just I don't know if we're gonna see Brady because, like you said, he's seen every
You seen
defense.
him? Yeah.
You know what he's gonna do. I mean, it's I don't. You might see him in there for a couple of plays, but I don't think they're gonna put him in there. But we'll see.
We'll see. Next up, Vikings Broncos, and I believe Cam has a pick for this game, so I'm gonna let him take this one. Go ahead.
Take Broncos money line, or or the line is even. So I like the Broncos in this one, man. Hopefully we see Russ like play like a quarter or like a possession because let's ride. So let's ride with the Broncos this week. Going up against some Vikings, Kellen Mond, he's horrible. Yeah, that's that.
Actually, I can't even think of dude's name, but there's some backup quarterback on the Raiders the Vikings just traded for this week for a 7th round conditional pick.
Oh
And
my God, is he gonna play?
I, I'm guessing Kellen Mond has been so bad they don't even they're not sure about him as even the backup right now. So they made that pick or made that trade because the backup they got he's like a solid NFL backup QB. So yeah, Kellen Mond has literally played himself out of the backup role. Coming into the offseason, there was whispers that, Kirk Cousins don't get it together. Kellen Mond is the guy, and he's in 2 preseason games, he has played himself out of those talks. So
He is not the guy.
horrible. Texas A&M product, man. Texas A&M quarterbacks, not good.
Not good at all. I mean,
Ryan Tannehill, Kellen Mond, not good, man.
Johnny Manziel after college wasn't good. It's not good in the NFL.
The Browns gonna Brown because I mean
Brian,
he wasn't good, but it didn't help that he went to that organization. He was destined to fail from day one, man.
for sure.
For sure. And then second to last game, battle in New York. Giants and Jets. Got the Jets as -3 favorites. They're both 2-0, surprisingly enough. But if I had to pick, I think the Giants cover. I think Daniel Jones is gonna get a lot of reps this game, and he's gonna build on what he did last week. He looked pretty good. Like I said, he had that one interception that wasn't his fault. But other than that, I think he was like 14 for 16 for 117 yards or so, something like that. Think he's only gonna improve on that. Had a couple backup receivers like Sills looked good, Alec Bachman looked good. Think they'll definitely improve on that, build on what they did last week. And your boy Danny Dons, man, it's now or never for him. This might be his last year to prove he can really do something in New York. And I think they can beat the Jets in this preseason game, man.
Man, very much hope so that they can. I want to touch up on the Jets. Well, I just want to touch up on Brees Hall. I seen a lot of people on Twitter was kind of like panicking because he had 4 rushes for like 1 yard, but it was really like the third string or second string O line in the game, and I was like, come on, bro, like give him a break. It's just the backups in the game. It's hard to run against. It's hard to run behind literally the backups. But yeah, I just want to say that like just everyone calm down, relax. Brees Hall,
Relax.
relax. He's gonna be. I feel like he's gonna be a good running back this year. So
Brees Hall is definitely a good running back.
yeah.
Don't put too much thought into it. He might not look the best this year because I don't know what they really got in New York. Zach Wilson obviously tore his meniscus, is up in the air if he'll play week 1. The line they already lost. Was it Becton out for
Beckham,
the season? So that's their one of their best linemen. So it'll be tough to replace him. But I don't see too much happening in New York this year, so I wouldn't put too much thought into if he doesn't pan out to start because that's just a horrible football team
yeah,
trying to find some type of foundation to build on. And it sucks to say, but Zach Wilson might not even be the foundation they need to build on, even though they
might
took
not
him
be.
with their first pick in last year's draft, man. So
Joe Flacco. Don't think
they,
about Joe
they
Flacco.
yeah, Robert Saleh said Joe Flacco is the starting QB in his league, man. We'll see. I mean, I hear you, but Joe Flacco was really only good that 1 year he had that incredible playoff run.
Oh
But
man, that was
I actually
crazy, man.
those highlights came back up on the timeline a couple weeks ago, and I was just reading some comments, and one guy made actually a pretty good point. Joe Flacco's best years came with Gary Kubiak as the offensive coordinator, and after that,
That's wild.
it wasn't too many great things, and that's why Lamar ended up taking his spot. And I mean, Greg Roman who's now their offensive coordinator, was the coordinator back then, and he's really not a good offensive coordinator because now I really think he's a lot of to blame for some of the struggles people try to blame Lamar for. It's really Roman just not a good offensive coordinator. He's got an outdated playbook, and like I said, man, they do got to roll with Flacco. Obviously, it's not a bad backup to have, but still wouldn't expect much out of New York. So if I had to pick something, I take Giants +3 in this game. Y'all can do what y'all want with that info, but that's the way I would lean. And last but not least, Lions versus Steelers in Pittsburgh, man. And I got Pitt ML, man. I'm picking them locked in. That's my third NFL preseason pick for week 3. 3 picks this week. So from the beginning, said got the Bills +6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens ML, Ravens -6.5. Pair it with whatever you want.
Whatever you want. That's
Just
gonna
take
be
the Ravens to the bank.
yeah.
And then Steelers ML at -195. They're 4.5 point favorites. They've been winning by. They've always had like a drive at the end where they just win. So I don't know if I would take the -4.5, but I'd take them ML. I think it just works out for them the fact that all 3 of their quarterbacks could potentially start week 1 or throughout the season. So I don't see too much drop off throughout the game from them on that standpoint. And Kenny Pickett has been balling. Trubisky hasn't looked bad. Rudolph hasn't looked that bad. So I think the consistency at QB for the preseason, from a preseason standpoint, I'll rock with the Steelers ML, man.
I'm with you on that one. Man, I really hope Kenny Pickett wins that job though. Well, I think they already said Mitch gonna be the
Yeah,
starter,
I
huh?
think Mitch gonna be the starter week 1, but if that doesn't pan out well, I wouldn't be surprised if they throw Kenny Pickett in there since he's looked so good so
Yeah.
far. So
Yeah. I would love to see him out there with those receivers that they have. Cause they got a nice receiving core too, a nice young receiving core. So yeah, I hope Kenny at least gets some burn during the regular season. But hey, we'll see what Tomlin does.
We'll see that. And that wraps up preseason week 3. Like I said, final week of preseason, man. Can't wait to get these podcasts in when the actual season comes. It's gonna be headline after headline. It's gonna be lit. Just one more week. Just gotta be a little patient. You know what I'm saying? But when that time comes, y'all better be prepared because we will be coming with some heat. But next we're not gonna do a preview of every college football game, obviously, but we're gonna talk about some of the marquee matchups for week 1. Last episode, if y'all tuned in, had a couple picks. Cam had Houston ML. I had Utah -2.5 and LSU -3. We're still sticking with that. There's not too many other picks we see that we like as of right now. Me personally, I'm waiting on the first half lines to come out because I would like to take Ohio State, whatever their point spread is in the first half, because I think they're gonna jump up on Notre Dame. And I'm kind of leaning, which we could just talk about this as the first game. Georgia versus Oregon, number 3 versus number 11, Chick-fil-A kickoff game. That's in Atlanta. That's a home game for Georgia, even though it's not a home game. It's a home
No,
game for
it's a
Georgia.
home game. Yeah.
Obviously, Georgia lost a lot on that defense from last year, but at this point, Kirby Smart has got that team rolling. It's one of those perennial programs of college football, whether you like it or not. They're going to be in the discussion for that college football playoff national championship year in, year out at this point. It just is what it is. They got the recruits for it. And they returned what's it? Stetson as
Yeah, Stetson
QB.
Bennett. Yeah.
They have arguably the best tight end room in college football. They got 3 guys that would all be a starting quarterback. I mean, starting tight end for any other college football roster, and they all have NFL draft talent, man. So they got them as -17.5 favorites. Like I said, I probably would be more comfortable picking whatever their first half line is. But I was telling Cam before we started, I wouldn't be surprised if they dog walk Oregon. I don't think Oregon is that great. Oregon has been hyped up a lot of years since the Mariota and Kelly era, Chip Kelly era, but they have not been good. I still don't think they're gonna be that good, as good as what they have here as a number 11 team. I think Georgia fucks them up this week, man.
I'm with you on that one actually. I want to see what Oregon got though. So they ranked pretty high. They haven't been ranked this high in a minute, huh?
Yeah, they haven't. It's a new era. Got Dan Lanning as their head coach, and that's another reason why I think this is gonna be a tough matchup for them. First game as coach, and you got to go up against the defending national champions in their home, basically. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be look too good for Oregon, man.
We might get
Um,
dumped.
they could surprise us, make it close, but even if they make close, Georgia, I think Georgia's winning this game. But me personally, I think Georgia's gonna mollywop them. So if you want to sprinkle a little money on the 17.5 line, I'm probably gonna do that myself. But look out for later this week. Once the first half lines come out, if I like what I see, I definitely will be hammering that. But another game we want to touch on, which I was just mentioning, uh, got the or what was I gonna say? Got Notre Dame and Ohio State, man. Number 2 versus number 5 in the horseshoe. OH, man. I
they
think I think
they
it's
gonna
another one of them games. I
they
think
gonna beat the shit out of Notre Dame. I can't wait.
I
I
think
can't
Ohio
wait.
State gonna beat the shit out of them. Notre Dame also introducing their new head coach. I'm rooting for him, but this game it's just gonna be tough. I think Notre Dame is overhyped as usual, year in year out. They're another one of them teams like they're like the Gonzaga of college football. Like
Football, yeah.
I don't know how many people bet on their odds to win the championship that year, but I just know Vegas makes a killing off of it because they're never gonna win it. But people are gonna those odds every year, and I don't know
Every
why.
year.
If you want to do that, you might as well just go donate the money, man. Don't give it to the bookies in Vegas. Notre Dame ain't gonna win a national championship anytime soon. And they got them as negative 15.5 favorites. I don't know. It might be a 2-touchdown win, but I think Ohio State can cover. I think they are really gonna come out in the first half and stomp a hole in them. So that's why I'm waiting on the first half line. But yeah, man, like you said, I think they beat the shit out of them
I
in
think
Ohio
so.
State. C.J. Stroud, our pick for Heisman Trophy, and Jigba Smith, Harrison Jr. They lost some guys in Garrett Wilson, Olave, but the talent in that wide receiver room did not drop off one
Still
bit,
there. Still
and that's
there.
the scariest part, man. They are still there, still primed for a great year. And like I said on a couple episodes ago, I got Ohio State and Alabama in the championship game. So if you want to sprinkle in that negative 15.5, feel free to do so, man. Um, Another game I want to touch on is, which this is another game Cam was thinking about picking on, but we might just stay away from it. Cincinnati versus Arkansas. 19 ranked Arkansas versus 23 ranked
23.
Cincinnati. They got Arkansas's negative 6.5 favorites. It's tough to say because Cincy lost so much talent, but they're still a very good program. Got players who've been in that system. So I can see them covering, but then again, I think it might be a few bumps in the road just because they lost Ritter, who'd been their starting quarterback for the last 3 years. You lose Alec Pierce. You lose Sauce Gardner. Like they lost a lot of NFL talent, and they're not a perennial powerhouse.
Yeah.
So it could be troubles in Cincy, man. What you think about that?
I mean, it very much could be. Arkansas, they also, like I've been saying, they got they QB back, so he gonna be very like passionate. He was very exciting to watch, so he should be very exciting this year to watch too. Man, I don't know, man. I just been thinking about that. That's 6.5, man.
It's tough.
That's
It's like,
yeah.
what is Vegas trying to trick us
Trying to
into on
yeah.
that?
But they trying to tell me, man. But I'm gonna stay away from it. I'm gonna stick with my UH Cougs money line UH Cougs. So yeah, that's what I got.
And that game isn't Arkansas, so
Hmm.
Arkansas has a pretty good fan base. They're gonna be out and about, loud, packed out stadium. That's just gonna be a tough first game after losing, like I said, all that NFL talent. So I'm gonna stay away from that one too. I don't know about that one. Next, probably the last game we want to touch on before we move into a fun topic, which we'll talk after this. But USC has Rice, and they got them at negative 34.5 favorites. Steep,
Woo.
but I kind of like it, y'all. I think I might sprinkle on that one. Lincoln Riley and company, Caleb Williams, obviously familiar with him because they were both at OU together, fled to USC together. Got the number one wide receiver in college football that transferred from Pitt. I think it'll be a nice little home opener for Lincoln Riley and company. I think they might put up 50, 60 points with that new offense and company.
They gonna put on a show.
I think they're gonna put on a show because Rice is not good.
Mm-mm.
And I think they cover 34.5, man. I might throw, half a unit on that bet, just to see, man. But I like USC 34.5. What you think about that?
Man, like I said, man, that's a little steep for me to throw some bread on it, cause I mean, I don't know, but yeah, Rice is horrible. USC, they gonna have that offense running and gunning. So I mean, it very much could be. I can definitely see like a 58-0 or 58-7, some crazy ass blowout. I can definitely see it, but I don't know. I might sprinkle a little something on it just to do it.
Just to
But
see? Yeah, man.
yeah,
I think and the receiver I was referring to, that's Jordan Addison, if you don't know. He was balling out last year with Kenny Pickett, who's now obviously the quarterback for the Steelers that we've been talking about. He transferred to USC. Probably gonna be Caleb Williams' go-to guy. I think they're
listen,
gonna look for him early and often. He might have himself a 2-3 touchdown catch day. Things go right, man. So USC named 34.5. Sprinkle it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the college picks we got for now that are solidified. So just give y'all the rundown again. Got Utah negative 2.5 in the Valley in Florida. I think those boys are primed for a good year. That's a good team.
That's a good pick.
A lot of returning talent. I think 2.5 is a steal. Even if it is a close game, I think if they do win on a field goal, hey, that covers. You could take it down to 2 if you're scared for just a bad beat on, how that goes sometimes. Houston and Mel, I think that's a good pick as well. I think Houston is gonna be a pretty good team this year. I think Dana Holgerson got them boys ready to play, even though it was at UTSA they're playing. That's a solid team, but so I don't know about the 5.5, but I'm comfortable with the ML pick there. Then LSU -3 Sunday night versus Florida State prime time. I don't think Florida State ready for prime time, but I think Brian Kelly will have them boys ready for prime time. I think Keyshawn Butte is gonna ball out Sunday night, rocking with LSU. Who they? Stand up, man. And last pick, sprinkle USC -34.5. Lincoln Riley's coming out party down there in Los Angeles, man. I think it's gonna be nice for them. So that wraps up what we have for college. The first half lines come out, and we like what we see regarding Ohio State and what's the other team we're talking about? I'm going blank right now, but was it Ohio State and Georgia? State and Georgia. We'll tweet out our picks, but for now, those are college picks set in stone, man. So lock them in, and that wraps up the college football preview. And now we got a little treat for y'all, man. We've been talking about, all the predictions, all our picks. Now we're gonna do a different topic, man. And we're gonna play who would you rather have, man. So we're gonna pick a certain player, go through a list of other players that play that same position, and we're gonna have a little discussion about who would you rather have. And we're gonna start off with, because I just saw a report literally an hour ago before we started filming this, came out that Saquon did an interview on some podcast, and he was basically saying, I'll pull up the quote here, and it's not word for word, but essentially what he said is, this is the Second Win podcast that he said this on. He said, people are trying to write me off, ... You know what? Fuck everybody. I'm ready to go crazy, and I'm gonna let the world feel me. And like we said on our top offensive positions episode, Saquon is primed for a good year. He's finally healthy. He said he's back better than 100%, feels as good as ever. Had a full offseason work, man. So let's get this going, man. Saquon Barkley, would you rather have Saquon Barkley or Aaron Jones this year?
I'm going to Saquon. You going to go Saquon? I'm going to go Saquon this year.
I think I'm going to go Saquon too. I'm going to go Saquon too. Okay. Would you rather have Saquon Barkley or Leonard Fournette?
I'm going to go Saquon. I'll go Saquon.
I think I had to go with Leonard just because I know Tom going to be looking for him a lot, especially if all he has is Mike Evans for real to start off the season. And Julio Jones, I mean, that could work out. But I think they're going to be looking like last year with Fournette taking over the number one spot and Rojo out now. I think Leonard Fournette, he's going to have a pretty good year again, and he's only going to be that much more comfortable, coming out of the backfield, catching passes as well as running the ball, man. So I'm going to have to go Leonard with that one. I'm going to have to go Leonard with that one, man.
He's just fat, man.
Hey, man, he got a lot of muscle. That's a tough boy to bring down.
Oh, yeah, it is a tough boy.
Okay. Saquon Barkley or Alvin Kamara?
Oh, shit. All right, if AK don't get if he doesn't get suspended, I'm going AK.
Okay.
I got AK this year.
I got AK too. Okay. Let's see. Look, you try one.
All right, Saquon Barkley or Austin Eckler.
Oh,
I know.
I think I'm gonna have to go Austin Eckler, man. Just because all the talent with Herbert and the receivers, Austin Eckler, he can't do nothing but put up numbers, man. He can catch, he can run. I think yeah, I'm gonna go Austin Eckler on that one, man. Okay. Give me another one.
Saquon Barkley or Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook.
Okay. I got Dalvin Cook too.
I think Minnesota's gonna be really good this year. I still can't put too much faith in them because I gotta see it from Kirk Cousins. But like I said last episode, I got Kirk Cousins on my fantasy team, so I'm rooting for him. I hope this is the year, if any, that he finally turns around and he give me something where I like that, Kirk. I like that. So give me Dalvin Cook on that one. He's arguably one of the best up and coming running backs, and I think was his third year. I think he's primed for a great year. So give me Dalvin Cook on that one, man. What you think?
I got Dalvin too. I'm gonna take Dalvin too. Yeah, like you saying, he's supposed to be a passing offense this year. So I mean, hopefully he'll get some. Well, he should get some little dink and dumps from Kirk. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Okay. Saquon or Derrick Henry? You gotta think about that.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Man, he come back from injury, man. It's tough. I mean, so is Saquon, but
I got Derrick Henry, man. If there's one thing they're gonna do is run the football, especially this year, man.
It's like, damn, he almost 30, man. He getting old, man. He can't be running like the same how he be running. Like they can't.
I think he's just different, man. He's just built different. That dude
might be.
Because I mean, last year it was just sometimes it just happened the way he got rolled up on, but he don't take bad hits.
Yeah, he don't take bad hits.
And there's not a lot of dudes that want to go lay a hat on him because that's 6'2", 260 pounds worth of running back coming through the hole. And when he break to the outside, he got speed and that stiff arm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Saquon is primed for a good comeback year, but Derrick Henry is still the number one running back in the league, man. Me personally. So I'll take Derrick Henry, no questions asked.
All right. I get you that. Derrick Henry. I get you that.
Okay. Saquon or Najee Harris?
Woo, see, this is what I was thinking of, man. Shit. Najee a cold dog. He consistent too, man.
He gonna get a lot of touches.
God damn.
And it might be because last year, of course, Ben Roethlisberger couldn't throw the ball but 5 yards down the field, so they could stack the box. Whoever plays Trubisky, I think who they said gonna start off. They got good receivers. Trubisky can throw the ball over the field, and I think that's gonna help open it up. And obviously Najee can catch out the backfield too. I mean, he's really got the potential. Not saying he will, but he's got the potential in the build to be Derrick Henry 2.0 on some shit.
My thing about Najee, he don't break long runs like at all. Like he consistent with like picking up 5 to 6, 8 yards. I mean 5 to 6 yards a carry, like easily like that. And he's behind a bad old line too. So it's just like what also made him so good last year. He was like you said, Ben couldn't throw that far, so he was literally just dicking and dumping to Najee. So I'd probably still go Najee though, but I wouldn't be mad if anyone says Saquon.
I think I'll go Najee, but yeah, I wouldn't be mad if people said Saquon. But I think Najee Harris is going to be a top running back in this league.
I think so too.
For years to come. And if Kenny Pickett pans out, that's a nice quarterback running back combo. All the receivers are young. George Pickens, like we said, Claypool, Deontay Johnson. Maybe not this year, but for the future, Mike Tomlin as coach and get them guys some more experience. Pittsburgh will be right back where they used to be. I think this might be the 1 year where they don't make the playoffs. But then again, like I said, I'll never count Mike Tomlin out. Like it literally has to happen for me to say, okay, well then, it happened. They didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
But if this year, if any, would be the year. But yeah, I got Najee with that one. Let's see. Saquon or Josh Jacobs?
Saquon.
Saquon. Okay. Saquon.
Yeah,
I agree with that one. Saquon or Zeke? I got Saquon. I think Ezekiel Elliott,
I don't know, man. I don't know because I don't know what stat that was, but when Zeke runs the ball,
oh
they're
yeah,
like
when he
11
runs
and
over
0.
100 yards, yeah.
They're
The
11 and
problem
0.
is it's not a lot of times he's running over 100 yards anymore. And that's not
Right.
all his fault because that line is kind of falling off
It's
throughout the
beat
years.
up. Yeah.
But Zeke also looks like he just lost a step. So
Woo,
I
I
got to
don't know.
take Saquon.
That's just a tough one. I'll take Saquon. I'll take Saquon. Grudgingly though.
Saquon or Christian McCaffrey?
CMC. Easily. Easily. He clears.
He clears?
He clears.
I don't know. I don't know if he
Oh
clears.
man. 1K receiving, 1K rushing?
That's what I'm saying. But Saquon has the ability to do the exact same things.
We haven't seen it, man.
I'm just saying. I think he's prime. I think this year, I just feel like Christian McCaffrey, they're gonna be trying to like not feed him as much just
Shit.
cause.
He the offense. He gotta get fed. He better get fed.
I mean, I think now that they got Baker, they can do a little bit more
Oh, a little bit more. Okay, I see what you're saying about
and
that.
hopefully take some pressure off him so they don't have to give him the ball every damn play and he can stay healthy. And so for that reason, I think for this year, I gotta go with Saquon. I think Saquon, he's literally gonna have to be the team in New York. Like Danny Dimes can, obviously you want to see him improve, but excuse me, he still don't got nobody he can really throw to.
Yeah.
Kenny Galladay is clearly not it.
He's ass.
He's as Sterling Shepard. He's a great wide receiver back in college, but he's never really panned out in the league, and he stays injured.
We don't know what Kadarius Toney gonna be.
Yeah, so I think Saquon is going to be a main focal point. Obviously, obviously he's going to be, but I think he's going to be the determining factor in how where that offense goes because it's all going to be based off his production. So I'm gonna go with Saquon on this
Okay.
one. Okay. You want to do any more? Or you want to go to the next one, man?
I think we did everybody because we did everybody.
Okay. So next up, we got Would You Rather. Now this is strictly for wide receivers in their absolute peak prime, whatever you want to call it. But we're gonna go Antonio Brown, Mister. Put that shit on.
Yeah,
Put that shit
put
on.
that shit
Put
on.
that shit
Put that shit
on. And so okay, so in their primes, man, in their primes, Antonio Brown or Andre Johnson.
AB.
AV, okay. I just want to start with that one because I know that's your
AB.
guy. That's your guy, man. Okay.
AB.
That's good. Antonio Brown. Let's see. Antonio Brown or Devontae Adams.
AB. AB.
Yeah, no. I think I have to roll AB, but I mean, if Devontae Adams is able to have, so 2 years, I'll give it 2 more years of the same production with the Raiders. I think he then might jump him just because he's been doing it for so long as well now. But I mean, back in the day when AB, what was it, that stretch of like 6 seasons?
Man.
He was definitely on the way to being the best receiver ever.
Yeah, ever.
And I still go out on a limb and say you can make the argument he is the best receiver ever just from a point of size, speed, hands. In that frame at like 5'10", he did it all.
And
so
he was literally returning kicks. He was literally returning kicks.
Yeah, he started as a special teams player. So yeah. So
AB was that guy, man.
He was that guy, man. Let's see. AB or Tyreek?
AB. Easily.
That's hard for me.
Easily.
Yeah, I gotta go AB.
AB. Come on, man.
Okay, man. AB or Calvin Johnson?
Oh shit. Oh, let me think. God damn. I'm gonna go Calvin. I'm gonna go Calvin.
I'm
gonna go Calvin. Make sure, man.
At their peak,
You won't find another Calvin Johnson.
You won't. And they're two completely different types of receivers.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
But they were literally damn near putting up the same numbers, just doing it different ways.
Yep.
Oh,
2,000 yards one season, man. That's all I'm
he
gonna say.
did do that. He did do that.
2,000 yards in one season. Shit, call him CJ 2K.
Yeah, man, I'll go Megatron, man. That's tough though.
That's a tough one, huh? That's a
That's
tough one.
that's tough. Mm. Yeah, I have to go Megatron. Fuck it. AB or Julio?
AB.
Yeah, I got AB too.
AB.
Julio is great. Don't get me wrong, but like
Yeah, he great. He great.
Julio was like kind of like a lesser Calvin Johnson to me, and that's
Pretty much.
obviously
I look at it.
that's damn near a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll go AB with that one. Let's see who else. AB or Randy Moss.
Randy clears. Best receiver ever.
Think he's the best receiver ever?
Ever.
Mm.
Ever. I mean, he
Better
can
than
do it.
Jerry?
Ever.
So Randy Moss or Jerry Rice? You got Randy Moss.
Yep.
Randy Moss or Terrell Owens?
Randy.
Randy Moss or Calvin Johnson?
Randy. He clears everybody. He clears everybody, man. Ain't nobody literally he has something that's based off of his last name. I mossed you. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, that is a thing. That is
Come
a thing.
on, man.
Okay, yeah,
Come
okay,
on,
okay.
man.
Okay, I see where you coming from with that one. Okay.
Great as ever, man. Great as ever.
Okay. Let's see. AB or Larry Fitzgerald?
That's a very interesting one.
Because I mean, Larry Fitzgerald, I don't even know what you want to call his peak because he was doing it for a lot of years. And
a lot of years.
He is one guy. I don't care. Ray Lewis could hit him as he's running a route up the middle. But I guarantee you Larry Fitzgerald wasn't dropping that football.
Mm-hmm.
And I was rooting for them that Super Bowl versus Pittsburgh, especially after he had that touchdown with 2 minutes to go. I was like, yes, Larry gonna get him a ring. And then of course they marched down the field and San Antonio Holmes had that amazing game-winning catch, man. So I think I would still have to go with AB because AB is such a talent.
Bro, AB was cold as fuck. Like me personally, he still is a top 5 receiver. Me personally, ever.
He top 3.
That's how you.
And I put him top 2, but I get the argument like Randy over him. But like Jerry obviously gotta be 1 or 2. But AB is right there. Like I get people get it confused because all the shit Antonio Brown has done after his time in Pittsburgh and how he's fallen off, and then especially last year with the Bucs with him storming off the field, and now he's a rapper and all the other allegations he has off the field. But strictly speaking, football, y'all, I think y'all fucking forgot or something.
Yeah, they dead ass forgot about how good AB was.
Antonio Brown was the number 1 receiver in the league for a solid 5 years in a row.
Yes.
That's why it was so crazy to see them Pittsburgh with him and Le'Veon Bell and Big Ben. That's why it was so crazy to never see them at least make it to the Super Bowl with all that talent, y'all. But Antonio Brown was that guy. I don't care what y'all say, man. Mr. Put that shit on. He was doing his thing, man. Put that shit
on. Hey, hold on. Let me ask you this. Is AB a Hall of Famer?
No questions asked.
All right.
Now, I don't know if he will get in because of politics and all the other shit he did do. But if you just want to look at a career,
I think he gets in.
He should be first ballot.
I was just about that. That's my next question. Is he first ballot? Do you think
Antonio Brown is first ballot Hall of Fame in my book?
Ooh, I don't know, man.
I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. Like I said, just go back and watch that. Because if you gonna give Terrell Davis Hall of Fame because he was the best running back for like 4 years, Antonio Brown was the best receiver for 5 years in a row, putting up insane numbers year in, year out, 120 plus catches, over 1,500 yards, double-digit TDs. Like, matter of fact, I just want to pull it up just to go look at the numbers, just to give them to y'all. Antonio Brown first ballot.
If it was up to me, I'll make him first ballot. But I don't think the people who vote
Yeah,
on
I don't
that,
think they'll vote him
I
in
don't
first ballot, but
I don't think they'll
he
put him first ballot.
he deserves to be first ballot based on his play. And I
Yeah,
mean, obviously, it wasn't his Pittsburgh days, but he definitely helped Tampa Bay win that Super Bowl versus us. Like, he was a major part in helping. He gave them the extra boost on that offense where it's like, okay, guys, key in on Mike Evans and key in on Godwin. Antonio Brown is going to cook your third cornerback because he really is still a number one receiver. It just so happens, he's in a whole new offense and you got Mike Evans. Antonio Brown was so fucking good, y'all, that Tom Brady had this man living at his house for a
man.
month so he could play in New England before he got suspended again. That's how good Antonio Brown
That's
was.
how good he is, man.
Like, come on, man. Antonio Brown, first ballot Hall of Fame, man. I don't care. Let's just look at this stretch, man. 2014, 129. Really, we can go back to 2013 because that's when he first got over 100 receptions. 110 receptions, 1,499 yards, 8 touchdowns. 2014, 129 receptions, 1,698 yards,
It's
13 touchdowns.
crazy numbers, bro.
2015, 136 catches. Y'all understand how fucking hard it is to get 136 catches in 1 year?
In 1 year, and it wasn't 18 weeks.
It was 17 back then. So he played
17,
16
yes.
games, 136 catches, 1834 for yards. I know he didn't eclipse 2K like Calvin Johnson, but damn.
Yeah.
10 touchdowns in that one. Next year, he has lesser receptions, but it's still 106, 1284, 12 touchdowns, man.
Crazy numbers, bro.
Next 2 years, 2017, 2018, he has 106 and 101 yards. I mean, 101, 104 receptions. And I believe those years, I think at least 2018, I think that was Juju's rookie year, if I'm not mistaken. So he was obviously taking some of those catches as wide receiver 2, and he was the number 1 wide receiver 2 in the league that year. But man, come on. Just for that stretch alone, that's better than whole guys' careers.
Literally.
Motherfuckers were talking about putting Julian Edelman in the fucking Hall of Fame after winning that Super Bowl, that bogus Super Bowl MVP when they beat the Rams. What was it, like 13-3 or 10-3? Come on. If you was even uttering the words Julian Edelman being in the Hall of Fame, Antonio Brown is without a fucking doubt first ballot. I don't care what anybody say.
I will say this: if we was just talking about strictly playoffs, Julian Edelman might be the greatest receiver playoff.
When it comes to playoffs,
ever.
he performed. I'm not knocking him on that. But as far as regular season go, he wasn't doing anything for real. But if people were gonna try to put him in the Hall of Fame like that,
crazy.
Antonio Brown has to be first ballot.
It gotta be. Yep. I agree.
But because of what he did off the field, I don't think he will be. Because, I mean, you've seen how they did Terrell Owens.
Mm-hmm.
So, I got an interesting one. I mean, it's probably still AB, but AB or Ocho Cinco?
I'll go AB.
I go AB too, but I just think a lot of people forget how good Ocho Cinco was.
Yeah.
He was just kind of ahead of his time, and he got criticized for all his antics, but he was just ahead of his time. And he made a good point. He was a guest appearance on the Pivot podcast. I think it was like a month ago or so. And Ryan Clark was on his ass talking about, Ocho, you were doing too much. And he was like, Chad Ocho Cinco basically said, look, when he was doing all them crazy ass celebrations, what they got now? They got a whole fucking celebration camera that players run to after anything good happens in the game, and they go show out. He was doing custom design cleats and getting fined. Mm-hmm. Now they literally have a designated week where players have custom design cleats.
Yeah, exactly. Changed the league.
He changed the league. He walked so players said they could run, doing what they could do, and showing their personality out on the field.
Shit, it's like AI with basketball.
Just like AI with basketball, man. So I think a lot of people forget, man. But
Most
That was a good one on AB, man. We
definitely.
can wrap it up. This is our last one, y'all. Cowboys fans, we talking about Dak Prescott, man. Dak Prescott, who you got versus other QBs, man?
Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, man. You want to start with it?
Yeah, let's start.
Okay. I'm listening.
Start off with a small one. Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins.
Dak.
I got Dak.
I mean, too. I know we say Dak is the black Kirk Cousins, but Dak can run the football at the end of the day. Yeah. And I think he's still a little bit better passer than Kirk.
I think so too.
So I'll take Dak, but especially off the element that he can run the football too, added with that his throwing, I'll take Dak. No problem over Kirk.
Dak Prescott or Kyler Murray?
I want to say Kyler, but Kyler has to prove some shit this year.
Yeah,
he hasn't put a complete year together as well as for Dak. Dak has. Now, Dak fell off in the playoffs, of course, but he put a full year of good football together, and he's had some decent years after his first year. And Kyler, the one playoff game he did have last year, looked worse than anything Dak did. So, yeah, I take Dak for now. But if Kyler ball out this year, it would be Kyler. But as of right now, I'll take Dak.
Man, I used to say people was crazy taking Dak over Kyler, but like now I'm thinking about it, like if you look at their stats, Dak kills him in the stats. So I grudgingly say Dak. I'm gonna say Dak.
Yeah, upside or potential wise though, Kyler has the potential to be way better. Like I said, he just hasn't done it, and I don't know if he will do it, especially if Cliff Kingsbury is gonna be his coach. So, let's see, Dak Prescott or Derek Carr?
Fuck.
Come on, man. You guys are supposed to lead into the AFC West title. The battle of number 4s.
I'm going Derek Carr. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. I'm going Derek Carr. Oh God, I'm going Derek Carr. I'm sorry. He's a much better passer than Dak. Not much better, but he's a better passer than Dak, in my opinion. I'm gonna go Derek Carr.
I'm not gonna lie. I gotta go Dak. I think they're damn near the same QB, and Dak
can run. The same. Yeah.
Now, Derek might have a way better year this year because he got way more talent. But at the same time, they're literally the same. And Derek has just been doing it a little longer. Plays good in the regular season, but when he plays the better teams, it's just like, damn, he can't get it done. And Derek has never won a playoff game. Obviously, he's only been twice. In the first time he made it, he got injured, so he didn't even get a chance to play. But he's got a lot to prove this year. And as of right now, I would take Dak just because Dak is a more mobile QB. And I think they can basically do the same things in the passing game. So I'll go Dak.
I'll let you have that one. I don't argue.
Okay. Dak or Justin Fields?
Oh, Dak.
Okay.
I got Dak, yeah.
I think Justin Fields is gonna be a great quarterback in the future.
I hope he is, man.
I think he might have to leave Chicago for that to happen, though.
Maybe so. They might be able to build around here, but it's gonna be that organization is just so shit.
So shitty.
They get everything wrong.
Dak or Russell Wilson?
Russ.
Yeah, I'll go Russ on that one. Let's see. Dak or Jalen Hurts?
Dak.
Okay. This year, I think Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna have an amazing year this year.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was better than Dak this year.
I think because last year they finally let him just be the starter straight up. So he got some good experiences. You had AJ Brown, still got Devontae Smith. Dallas Goedert is one of his go-tos or one of his security blankets. Another year in Sirianni's system of them trusting him. The playbook probably opens up a little more.
I was gonna say they need to let him throw way more.
I think he will, and I think the threat of his legs is gonna be start scaring defenses once he starts throwing the ball, because then you're gonna forget about he can actually run for 60 if you let him. Yeah. So for this year, I'm going with Jalen. I think Jalen, like we said, when they win the NFC East, I think Jalen does his thing, so I got to go with Jalen.
I'm not mad at that. Not mad.
Okay. Dak or let's see who can, because I don't want to do the obvious ones because like Josh
Yeah.
Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady.
Yeah, Aaron
We know we're
Rodgers.
taking. Oh, I got Dak or Matt Ryan.
Oh, that's an interesting one. This year or like career wise?
You can do both. Let's do both. Career wise, Matt Ryan. But this year, I
Career wise, Matt Ryan, yeah. This
I
year,
I think I might take Dak this year. Like I think Matt Ryan will be good for the Colts, but
I'll take that.
I think he's like he's got some left in the tank, but I think he's also old and he's not a mobile quarterback at all
Mm-mm.
either. So I take Dak.
I'll take Dak this year.
I got another issue. Dak or Jameis Winston this year.
Dak.
I got Jameis.
You got James?
I know he's bouncing back from his ACL, so it's a question mark. But I we haven't seen it, and the preseason has shown no promises. But I just think New Orleans is gonna be a solid ass team this year.
They probably will, and they're gonna open up that playbook for him.
They are,
From what
and
I've been hearing.
like obviously the last real memory of quarterback play people have of Jameis is that Tampa Bay year where he threw 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. Like I said, that boy got his LASIK eye surgery. He can see now.
Yeah, he can see.
He was looking good last year until he tore his ACL. And he wasn't throwing to anybody. He was throwing to fucking Taysom Hill, Lil Jordan Humphrey, and I forgot the other wide receiver that was basically their number one last year. But he was some late round draft pick. He was number one. I just can't think of his name right now. But he had 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions at the point where he got injured. If he was to continue with like that ratio, I think that was like 6 games in, he would have finished the season with around like 30 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He was well on his way to having a good year compared to that 2019 year. So I think I'm gonna take Jameis with that one.
Okay. I ain't mad
Dak,
at it.
Dak or Joe Burrow.
I'm gonna go Joe.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Joe too.
I'm gonna go Joe.
Joe obviously got the best wide receiver corps too. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
they got to do good over there.
Let's see. Who else? Dak or Matthew Stafford? I got Matthew Stafford.
Ooh. I got Steph. I'm gonna take Steph. I mean, he's won a Super Bowl.
Okay. Is Matthew Stafford Hall of Fame?
Yes, not first ballot, but he'll get in there. And I don't know why people won't not saying no, he won't get in there. He'll get in there, but probably because he don't have any what's it called, those all pro selections. He don't got many of those, whatever. But come on, man, he was in fucking Detroit his whole career.
Yeah.
You see what happens when he's actually on a good franchise, good team. He went right to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. He might get one. He might get another one this year.
Yeah, he might. And I mean, I don't know how long he wants to play. And obviously, I don't think a lot of people are going to be Tom Brady and play for 20 plus fucking years. But I would think he's probably got at least 3 to 4 good more years in LA. If he puts up the right stats and maybe he does get a second Super Bowl, maybe 3, like who knows?
Who knows?
Even making it to another Super Bowl. I think he has potential to work his way up to first ballot. Because he was putting up numbers in Detroit.
Crazy.
Obviously, it never translates to winning football, but I mean, at this point, you see what goes on in Detroit. They've never had winning football, no matter who's been there. Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson with Stafford, like something's wrong. That city is cursed.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have potential to turn it around. I like the players they got in there now and the
Definitely
coach.
got potential. Coach straight.
But yeah, I think Stafford has potential to be Hall of Fame. You think Matt Ryan's Hall of Fame?
Yes. If you gonna put Stafford in there, you gotta put Matt Ryan in there. I feel like
maybe, but I mean, Stafford got the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan got one of the most notorious chokes ever.
He got the stats, man, and that was Shanahan's fault.
Yeah. Okay, so is Phillip Rivers Hall of Fame?
Yes.
No.
He got the stats. He got the stats, man. He got the stats. Phillip Rivers was nice, man. Phillip Rivers was nice. He ain't win anything, but
he got stats because he played for so damn long.
Yeah, I know.
But he's a perennial loser.
He is. He is. I won't deny
And
that,
he
but
even though he got the stats, he has a lot of multiple interception games in his career where it'd be like, what the fuck was that, Phillip? If it was the Hall of Fame for having kids, oh, he first ballot. But I don't think he's first ballot. Or I don't think he's Hall of Fame.
oh
I
man.
think you would be watering down
If Phillip Rivers get
the
in
Hall of
there,
Fame standards if you put Phillip Rivers in there, man.
oh my God. For real?
Yeah.
I think he's
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
you can
he's
put
in
him
that
in there.
I feel like he's in that category with those guys.
He made it to the AFC Championship one time, and I'll give it to him. He was playing on a torn ACL, tough as nails. But there was a lot of years San Diego, it was San Diego then. I know they're the LA Chargers now. But it was a lot of years where San Diego had a lot of talent. He played with one of the best running backs in the league, in league history in LaDainian Tomlinson, which I believe he still holds the record for most rushing touchdowns in the season.
I think he does.
But I just think you would be watering it down if you put Phillip in there, because then it's like damn near a lot of QBs who play a long time can make the Hall of Fame and not necessarily have been. Was there any point in time in his career where Phillip Rivers was a top 5 QB?
Maybe so.
I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
You had for his whole career, you've had Tom Brady. He obviously played a little bit longer than Peyton, but for most of his career, Peyton Manning was there. Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson ended up coming along. Who
You
else
might
could
be
you?
right.
Who else? Who else?
You might be right.
Eli Manning. Eli Manning and him are damn near the same person. Eli Manning just happens to have 2 Super Bowls, and if it wasn't
Lucky
for
ass Super
them,
Bowls.
Eli Manning wouldn't be a Hall of Fame quarterback
Yeah,
because he damn near got as much interceptions as he do touchdowns.
It's like you got to put Eli in there. You have to put Eli in there. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
You still had Drew Brees too and shit.
Drew. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. That's yeah. So he was never top 5
Yeah,
at any point.
He's never top 5.
And at
Maybe
that
top
point,
10.
maybe top 10. In some years he was outside that because he had some off years too. So at that point, like, no, you can't put him in just because the talent he was around during his time.
Bro, 63,000 passing yards though, bro.
Yeah, because he was slinging that motherfucker every damn game.
Bro, that's a lot of yards, bro.
It is, but nah, man, I can't give that to him, man. Nah. Let's see. What's one more controversial quarterback in Hall of Fame? I'll say this, and obviously I'm gonna be biased, but if you put Phillip Rivers in the Hall of Fame, Patrick Mahomes is first ballot right now.
Not yet.
What more? Obviously, he needs to continue to do it.
Dude, yeah.
But
right
in
now,
4 years, he's already done more than damn near every quarterback besides. You could probably name there's probably 4 quarterbacks that have done more than Patrick Mahomes, but that's just because they play longer. Obviously, Tom Brady, he's the GOAT. So that's one. You got Troy Aikman got multiple Super Bowls, but he was playing on one of the best teams ever. Let's see who else you could go with. Peyton Manning, clearly. But I mean, besides longevity, he's done everything already. Super Bowl MVP, NFL MVP. Those were 2 separate years. Even in his down year, this past year, he was top 3 in QBR, top number 4 in passing yards, 37 touchdowns. As much as people wanted to talk about his interceptions, he still threw less interceptions than people like Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. He's first ballot, man. 4 years, 4 AFC championships, all at home.
I
two
don't
Super
know, man.
Bowls. And that one Super Bowl we lost, he got hit the most times in a playoff game ever. And that's just another thing I just want to point out and critique. Because, like we were talking about, Joe Burrow got hyped, like, oh, he got sacked 9 times, and like he still performed. Patrick Mahomes got hit the most in a playoff game ever. He didn't get sacked 9 times. Why? Because he can escape and he was still making on target throws. He's first ballot. Now, obviously, for a lot of people, he's going to have to play longer to solidify that. But like I said earlier, Terrell Davis, Hall of Fame running back, he really only had 4 great years.
I don't know, man. So would you put Andrew Luck in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think he could.
I don't think he could either.
He was headed towards a Hall of Fame career, I think.
Yeah, he was. Most definitely was.
But because of how his career ended, I don't think you could put him there. I don't think he ever made an AFC championship. He had some good playoff games, but shit, he had one of the best comebacks ever versus my Chiefs. And what was that, like 2012 or something?
Yeah.
But yeah, just he's Hall of Fame caliber, Hall of Fame talent, but no, you couldn't put him in there.
That's interesting on the Patrick, man. I think he would be Hall of Fame, but first ballot.
What's the criteria for first ballot? Like what more would he have to do besides just play a little bit longer?
He wouldn't have the career passing yards, I feel like.
I mean, but he did have. There's literally only 3 players who've thrown for 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards in the season. That's Tom Brady,
That.
Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes.
I get that.
And he did that in his first year starting.
It's the career stats, man. Man, I think they'd be looking at that shit, man. I don't know. First ballot, that's kind of like that's pushing it. That's pushing it, but he'll get in there. First
I
ballot,
mean,
I think they'll think about it. They would think about it, definitely.
besides career stats, what has he done that Matt Ryan hasn't done? And you putting him in the Hall of Fame? They both got an NFL MVP. Patrick Mahomes has a Super Bowl. He's been the NFL leader with 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards.
Hey, I'm not saying. Look, Patrick Mahomes, he's done more than any other quarterback other than Tom Brady his first 4 years in the league. Well, first 4 or 5, but he didn't really play rookie year. First real 4 years in the league, he has done more than anyone other than Tom Brady. And that's why he was on, we talked about this. That's why he's on he's pretty much on all the Tom Brady fans' neck, because they was like, oh no, he will never be Tom Brady. He can't be Tom Brady. Because they know he was right there. He's close to making that leap and being right there with Brady. Simple as that.
And people are quick to forget. I get it. That next year after we won the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes was second in MVP voting, and he only fell off towards the end of the season, and Aaron Rodgers took it away. But that was only really because the Chiefs weren't even really just focused on, trying to get the stats. They were just trying to win games, and they were more focused. Their whole mantra that year was run it back. That's what they were focused on. And we really would have went 15-1 that year. He would have led a team to 15-1, but we ended up 14-2 because we didn't play anybody in that last game of the season versus the Chargers. A game where people try to count that and Herbert's record versus Mahomes, and we didn't play anybody that game. I would hope Herbert was able to win. So, me personally, like I said, I'm biased clearly, but we actually.
That's a good debate.
We're gonna make a Twitter poll. I'm gonna clip this. We're gonna make a Twitter poll. Y'all let us know right now if Patrick Mahomes' career was to end today, is he first ballot Hall of Fame? Me personally, I say yes.
I'm gonna say hell no. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, but I'm gonna also say he would get in there. He would get in there.
Okay. And for that, man, we can wrap up this episode, man. It was a good episode, man.
Good debates, man.
Got the NFL final week of preseason picks. Got the college football locks in, man. Good debate of would you rather, which segued into Hall of Fame, which wasn't planned, but hey, that's another episode in the books, man. It's your kids from the neighborhood. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all stayed listening this whole episode. We fuck with all the love and support, man. We're going to keep bringing y'all the best content. Try to stay consistent. At least give y'all 2 episodes a week, man. The NFL season is 1 week away. We not even really in our bag yet. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we're not, bro.
We about to get in our bag, man. Can't wait. Y'all stay tuned. Favorite kids from the neighborhood signing out.
I need